So I need your help. Last night during the Saints-Lions game, my 4-year-old daughter said, "Daddy's using bad words. He should be punished." I agree. I'm going to let y'all decide my punishment. Should it be A, rewatch the entire first half, B, schedule an unnecessary root canal this afternoon, or C, go through this entire show without using the words clueless, inept, unimaginative, and lackluster? You choose C? Whew, that was close. Well, let's see if we can pull it off next on the Black and Gold Today. Welcome to the Black and Gold Today, sponsored by Cadillac of New Orleans. I'm your host who has no clue how many days are left in the regular season. 13, Jim Derry. As they have done so many times throughout this wretched season, the New Orleans Saints followed up a decent performance with a stinker. In fact, one might argue they were a no-show in the first half on the way to a 21-3 halftime deficit. So inept, dang it, I knew I couldn't do it. I guess I'll just have to go with the root canal. So inept was this vaunted offense, they managed to pull off a feat I have never seen in 4 decades of watching football. They appear to have scored 3 times in the final 1:12 of the first half, but after further review, Brandon Cooks was down at the 1, an illegal formation penalty wiped out Tim Hightower's touchdown run, and after Sean Payton let the clock run down to 3 seconds, Marcus Colston's TD was erased due to an ineligible receiver downfield on 4th and goal from the 1. An 11-play, 72-yard drive that killed the final 4:27 before intermission, 0 points. Good stuff. Also, at some point in that first half, Drew Brees injured a foot and obviously was hobbled the remainder of the game. Instead of resting him to avoid further damage in a meaningless game, Brees went back out there and performed, well, Brees-like, almost bringing the Saints back from a 25-point deficit. Still, the question is why? Why risk damage to a 36-year-old foot if he remains in your future plans as part of the rebuilding process? Well, don't waste your time trying to look for answers we'll never get. We'll be lucky if we get results from his MRI scheduled for later today. On Monday night, the ever-positive quarterback did what he always does, try to remain positive and said as much as he could about his situation.
Fast start, credit them, and that's kind of their profile is fast start, and unfortunately we couldn't match them, step for step, but proud of the way our team fought down the stretch defensively, getting that big turnover for us, getting the ball back, offensively us driving the field, putting together some great drives to get a lot of points and put ourselves back in.
You talked about the foot injury.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what we got going here, but we'll see after an MRI tomorrow.
Did it feel better in the second half, worse in the second half after halftime?
I just had to keep it moving. It was getting stiff, but we were able to manage.
Well, what sort of answers did we get from the coach? Oh, the usual. He's disappointed. Too big of a hole to climb out of. Credit Detroit. Credit Detroit? Heading into this one, the Lions were one of the few teams who seemed to have more problems than the Saints. In fact, it's very possible, maybe even likely, that second-year coach Jim Caldwell is about to coach his final 2 games before being sent packing. Quarterback Matthew Stafford, who's finishing one of the most disappointing seasons of his 7-year pro career, completed 22 of 25 pass attempts, and that 88% was a team record, by the way. The team has been around since 1930. Rookie running back Amir Abdullah had his best game as a pro, rushing for 77 yards and just his 2nd touchdown. Former St. Joik Bell also had 71 yards and a score in the Lions' 2nd-best rushing performance of the season. The Saints have now ensured themselves a 3rd losing season out of the last 4. The questions remain, although I'll present them in slightly a different format. How many NFL franchises will continue to go without making major changes in personnel and administration after enduring such a stretch? And of those who have continued in such a manner, how many have enjoyed greener pastures by sticking with the status quo? No answer necessary. I'll be right back with Tuesday's Festive Extra Point.
What's one of the nicest things that comes with your new Cadillac from Cadillac of New Orleans? 0% interest.
Get 0% interest on all new Cadillacs, now at Cadillac of New Orleans. New owners, new attitude, on Lime Street in Rye in Metairie.
And for today's Extra Point, let's end this show on a happy note. Nah, you know I can't do that. Here's your Christmas present, boys and girls. With the Jacksonville Jaguars coming to town, what else can we do but go back in time? 12 years ago yesterday, to December 21st, 2003. Perhaps the greatest play in Saints history was followed by the biggest missed extra point in team lore. You all know what I'm talking about, but you know you want to see it again. Take a look and listen to the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat in the voice of Jim Henderson.
Two wideouts to the left, one to the right. From the shotgun, Brooks pumps, throws down the near sideline to Stallworth, and Stallworth tries to get away from some people and does to the 38-yard line. He needs a block. He needs a couple there. They're going to lateral the ball to Michael Lewis. Michael Lewis tries to stay alive. He'll lateral it to Deuce. Deuce needing help. He laterals across the field, and the Saints are going to take it in with Pathan. If this is legal, they've done it.
No.
Jerome Pathan diving into the end zone.
I mean, you can't tell me that I just witnessed what I just saw take place.
All sorts of incredible plays along the line for the Saints to stay alive, pending the extra point by John Carney.
And he missed
No! He missed the extra point wide right. Oh my God, how could he do that? This one is over as John Carney misses his first extra point of the season.
Brings back fond memories, doesn't it? I was there to witness it in person. Well, the Saints went on to win a meaningless game in the Dome against Dallas the following week to finish 8-8 in Jim Haslett's fourth season. They would go 8-8 again in 2004 before a 3-13 campaign played on the road in 2005. We don't have to go through that again, do we? Because we all know what happened after that 05 season. We also know it's time for me to end this show. Join me tomorrow for an early edition of Pixie Dust. That's right, Larry Holder will be in, and we'll lament for a few minutes about just how bad we are at picking Saints games before we predict yet another one. See you tomorrow.